Good morning, my wonderful friends. Megas here on a beautiful day. Welcome back to the library. We're in chapter 17 of the Little Paris Bookshop. Oh, so precious, so sweet. Guys, how are we going to ever find another book for our book club like this? It's just, I don't even have words. I'm so full of emotion and love. I love you guys so much, every one of you, that every day take time to go to the comments and just share your love with this book and with the community. Thank you. It does mean the world to me. Yesterday, I was out mowing the lawn and working in the yard, and I didn't have time to fully respond to all the comments, but it meant the world to me. Thank you, guys. So chapter 17. So you remember in the end of 16, the police boat was pulling them over. And so now the officers checking them for the proper permits and taxes paid and life jackets. I used to work on boats. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh, I get it. But this officer was pretty cool. The policeman recognizes Max Jordan. And Max Jordan is, oh, no, that's not me. But the cop, he's looking at the book Night and the picture of Max Jordan, and he's looking at Max Jordan. He realized what he's doing. He's okay. And so Max Jordan goes on with a story that Monsieur Perdue is his father, and he just works on the boat. And so that got me thinking. Remember what Kevin was saying? Like, is Max Jordan Perdue's son, right? And now here's a little bit of a hint towards that. This might be a little foreshadowing. Perdue stared at him. Had Jordan just gone and got himself adopted? So now I'm also wondering, is it biological, or is it just kind of like a father-son relationship that's going to grow here, And then the cop, this is funny. He goes, well, my ex-fiance loved your book. She was always going on about it. Oh, sorry. I mean, of course, the book by the guy that looks just like you. Perhaps you could write his name in here for me. So he's asking for an autograph. And now this just gets freaking adorable. So Max Jordan is just kind of sharing his heart with Perdue. He goes, I rang my father the day before yesterday. He doesn't read much, only sports papers. I told him about the translations, the royalties, and the fact that I've sold nearly 500,000 books. I told him I could help him because his pension isn't so great. Do you know that my father asked Monsieur Perdue? Or he says, do you know what my father asked? And Monsieur Perdue waited patiently. If I was finally going to get a proper job, and that he had heard that I had written a perverted story, and half the neighborhood was casting aspersions on him under their breath. Did I have any idea of the harm that I had done to him with my crazy ideas? So you can hear Max's heart breaking. He wants his dad to be proud of him for his great accomplishment, and he's ashamed. Max looked tremendously hurt and lost. Monsieur Perdue felt an unaccustomed urge to hold him close. This is funny and sweet. When he went ahead and did just that, it took him 2 or 3 attempts before he worked out where to put his arms, and he pulled Max Jordan cautiously against his shoulder. They stood there stiffly, leaning towards each other, knees slightly bent. I can so picture this. Matter of fact, this makes me think of my grandpa. He wasn't a real affectionate person, and so when he tried to hug you, it was just like he just didn't know what to do. It was so stiff and awkward and uncomfortable. Then Perdue whispered into Jordan's ear, your father is a small-hearted ignoramus. Max flinched, but Perdue held him in an iron grip, and he spoke quietly as though he were confiding a secret in the young man. He deserves to imagine people gossiping about him. Instead, they were probably talking about you, and they're wondering how someone like your father can have such an amazing, magnificent son. Maybe his greatest achievement. Max swallowed hard. His voice was reedy as he whispered back, my mother said he didn't mean it. He just couldn't express his love. Every time he swore at me and beat me, he was showing great love for me. Your mother lied because she wanted to console you, but it's ridiculous to interpret abuse as love. Too many women are the accomplice of cruel, indifferent men. They lie for these men. They lie to their own children because their fathers treated them exactly the same way. These women always retain some hope that love is hiding behind the cruelty, so that the anguish doesn't drive them mad. Truth is, though, Max, there's no love there. And Max wiped a tear from the corner of his eye. Wow. That hits. And it doesn't stop there. He says, some fathers cannot love their children. They find them annoying or uninteresting or unsettling. They're irritated by their children because they've turned out differently than they've expected. Oh, I don't want to read the whole chapter here. You guys already read it, but you get the idea. It breaks your heart. I just picture little children not understanding why a parent doesn't love them, isn't proud of them. And it's not the child. It's the parent. It's the own demons they're fighting in their heads. And they seem to take it out on the children. It's so sad. And Max was crying now, sobbing uncontrollably as he sank to his knees and put his arms around Monsieur Perdou's legs. Now, he murmured, it's okay. Hey, you want to go have a go at steering the boat? And now they're having such a beautiful moment. Max is going to get to steer the boat like he wanted. And then they hit a bank and they go flying. Books are flying. They're falling on top of each other. Where was that part where he's trying to talk, but he can't talk because he has Max's knee inside of his mouth, and now they find themselves drifting downstream. Oh, here it is. Max gave a humph as a fat volume fell on his stomach. Take your knee out of my mouth, Perdou requested. And now they look and they're drifting down the river. They got so lost in what was going on and the story and the love and the teaching and this father-son moment. They forgot they were on a boat headed down the river, and they wrecked. So funny, so heart-touching. Just this book does it all. I'm loving it so much. Hey, look who got out. It's Princess Pooh. Hi, are you enjoying this book too? We got Tinkum down here. You want to say hi to everybody? My girls always like to snuggle in while I read. It's one of their favorite things. All right, guys, I love you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow.